Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Tonight we're going to go over Lakers vs. Suns Game 1. Now, the Suns have some serious problems with team defense. In fact, there really isn't much, and the Lakers gave them no respect. They ran a lot of isolation plays in the first half to just simply pick on their bad defenders. Now, I would say the Suns have some adjustments they can make that will help them offensively, but those adjustments will simply have them lose 125 to 120. Let me show you what I mean. Let's check out Phoenix's defensive matchups. Here, Lopez is guarding Gasol and Stoudemire guards Bynum. Lopez is a better low post defender against Gasol, who's got an infinite amount of moves. Now watch how Lopez plays defense on the weak side. Few people do this. He's going to really check and look back and forth, see where his man is, and when the shot goes up, he really goes to box somebody out. This is terrific. Let's look at the Lakers' defensive matchups. Here they have Gasol guarding Lopez and Bynum guarding Stoudemire, which makes a little less sense to me because Stoudemire is going to be setting a lot of those screens and Bynum certainly won't get out there to hedge. However, if you look what they're going to do, they're going to switch on most of these screens, which leaves Stoudemire on Gasol. Advantage Suns. Here comes Phoenix's bread and butter pick and roll. Kobe sees that, you can see him pointing it out. And here's a little tip how to stop this. If he is higher in his position and sits there waiting for the pass to come, he could shoot that gap and get a steal and a dunk every time. The Lakers have decided to hedge hard on Nash and take away his drive. See how Gasol has come up high to stop it. What Nash needs to do is attack that and then slip a pass to Lopez. This kind of a lob pass, it takes too long to get to the target and Gasol has a chance to recover. Here's something they won't tell you on TV. Almost 90% of the time when Kobe brings the ball up himself, he is not going to run the triangle. He will not initiate the offense. He will simply go to the basket and try and score. You don't believe me? Here's 7 more clips where he does this every single time. So if I'm Phoenix, I would double team him and get the ball out of his hands when I see him coming up the court with the ball. Otherwise, you're going to be back on your heels and most likely the refs are going to call a foul on you or he'll score or both. This is how little respect the Lakers have for the Suns defense. They isolate Derek Fisher of all people on Nash and he scores. The pass from the guard to the forward in the triangle offense is only designed to initiate the offense. So if that forward can get to the basket and score, you must be a terrible defender, like Jason Richardson. Steve Nash adjusts to the high hedge by Gasol by splitting that, getting to the basket and having a nifty pass for a finish. Good things happen when he can be aggressive to the basket. Here's something that will help Grant Hill. He stays camped out at the three-point line too much, even though there's penetration. His man is pretty far away from him, so he needs to slide in there so he receives that pass closer to the basket and either can shoot it right away or get to the basket easier than this. Now, watch Bynum here. You think his knee is bothering him? This is what frustrates the Lakers because he doesn't hedge here as if his knee is bothering him and he doesn't move well, and Nash just gets a jumper. Here's the difference. Laker team defense. You got Ron Artest doing a nice job chasing Richardson around that curl. You have Paul Gasol in the way so he can help out on defense. And then look at Odom. He can see his man's got his hands in his pants and not ready to catch the ball. So he can just slide over and not worry about him yet. Now, at this point, Odom is going to hustle and come all the way over to help the roll. And then when the ball goes to his man, he's going to hustle and close out and stop that shot and hustle all the way back in. Now look at Grant Hill all the way out here. We talked about this. He should be much closer to the basket so he can catch the ball and get an easy shot. Instead, he takes the worst shot in basketball with your foot in the three-point line and misses. Here's a luxury, having a 7-foot guard playing in the triangle. So he comes out of the corner and gets a 3. When he's doing that and makes it, it's probably not your night. This is what the Phoenix Suns need to do on defense every single time. Here, they front the post, which is terrific with a little bit of pressure on the ball, and they can't feed the post. Now, Kobe gets the ball, and as soon as he straightens up into that stance, you know he's going to go one-on-one. You have to double team him or at least slide over a little bit, but they don't. And it gets him penetration into the lane, and you cannot turn your head like Stoudemire and let the guy go to the basket for a layup. Just watch Pau Gasol here, how he helps on a hedge on the screen and roll there, runs back to get his man, puts pressure so they can't feed the post, helps out again on the drive, and gets the rebound. Oh yeah, he's also the best low post scorer in the world. Why hasn't anybody really tried this? Double Kobe when he goes into ISO mode. I do not understand why they let him do this and get a foul or a shot. Now you know how terrific Gasol is. Well, they have another 7-footer in Odom that can play some serious defense and even shut down Nash when he tries to drive to the basket. Look at this. He takes away the drive, forces it back out, pressure on the shot, and they miss. Another adjustment is that Nash needs to penetrate deeper to suck the defense in so that Odom can't help out on that shot as easily. Watch Channing Frye here and how he doesn't know how to box out his man. The shot goes up, he doesn't try and find anybody, just turns around and looks while Bynum puts the ball back in. Unacceptable. Stoudemire hurts him on defense too. Here, his man cuts to the free throw line and he doesn't follow him up there or get anywhere near him, so when he drives, he gets a full head of steam and finishes. Check out the same play. Look how Lopez is playing in the post. By fronting him, they're not going to be able to get the ball in the post easily, and that makes it even worse that Stoudemire isn't playing the right defense. Now here, the Phoenix will never win a game if he plays this way. He's standing straight up, and then he lets Odom go to his left for a layup. Look at his stance. It looks like he's playing at the Y in some pickup game. Here's why Gasol is such a great teammate. He sees that Odom is going to pick up Jay Rich on a switch, and he just steps over, takes away the drive, and forces a hard shot. Did you notice he also went in the box out? A key for Phoenix is to make sure they get into configuration where Kobe is guarding the weak side forward, because when they do the screen and roll, he's terrible at coming over and helping out. They can get a dunk on that quite often. Here's the high post series out of the triangle. Lamar Odom gives Kobe the ball and it's going to cut off of Gasol, and then Gasol is going to come over and screen for Kobe. Kobe gets a wonderful shot, and if he could only do this all game, he would score 45 points and shoot 65% from the field. They go back to the high post series, they hedge better so he doesn't get an easy shot, but instead of running the rest of the options, and trust me, there are a lot of them, he just goes one-on-one and gets a turnover. It's these shots that keep the Suns in the game. I think Nash is way too quick to pass out of these screening rolls. He's got to attack much more. And they must run this play where there's no screen and roll. Let him blow by the guard and get a dish for a dunk. More stupid Stoudemire defense. Here, he tries to go for a shot block, which would have been a goaltend. Meanwhile, no one's boxing out his man, and he gets a dunk. Watch Lopez as he fronts Gasol, and they cannot feed the post. It completely takes away what they want to do on the Laker offense. Unfortunately for the Suns, it ends up being a shot for Kobe with no time on the clock, and he nets it, but that's a tough shot. The longer Bynum plays, the more chance the Suns have of winning. Here, he doesn't hedge on the screen and they get a layup out of this. I think 20 minutes is going to be the high point for him. Now this time, Lopez doesn't front the post, lets him catch the ball where he wants to, and he gets blown by for a layup. So what do you think the moral of this story is, folks? Front the post, or double, something. Here's a great adjustment to combat the high hedge they're doing against Nash's penetration. Here he's going to take the screen and then pass to the corner, who's then going to feed Lopez on a roll. And guess who's way late getting over? Yep, that's right, Bynum. Watch Robin Lopez as he fronts on the high side and takes away the pass. This is terrific defense, and it forces Kobe into a really tough shot that he misses. Another adjustment they make on offense for the Suns is that you see where Stoudemire's man is taking away this penetration. Nash will just drop it off to him and he'll get a nice easy jump shot. By putting Frye in for Lopez, Phoenix loses the game here in the third quarter. That pass doesn't get to Gasol if Lopez is in there, and certainly that shot won't go in. Now, I thought this was how Stoudemire was going to score on Gasol, but now I'm not so sure. This is why I don't think the Suns are going to win this series. If you watch their team defense, the Lakers are basically playing catch with each other. There's no taking away passes or taking away dribble penetration, and ultimately they pass the ball around like they want to and get a good shot. So there you have it, folks. Let's review a little bit. Now, the Suns need to be aware that when Kobe brings the ball up himself, he's probably just going to shoot it. So why not double team and get the ball out of his hands? Also, when he's in the post, why not do that? Also, how about fronting the post every single time and putting a little bit of pressure on the wing so he can't make an easy lob pass? I think those two things will go a long way to making this series a lot closer than it was in Game 1. But ultimately, it's going to be up to Kobe. Whether he wants to run the offense enough to get easy shots for everybody, including himself, is up to him. And if he does that, the Lakers can win against anybody going away. But if he wants to do this whole between the legs, isolation, one-on-one across the top, well, it's going to be a lot harder for the Lakers. Now, that said, they might still win the championship with him playing that way, which makes coaches like me pull their hair out. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for our next breakdown at B-Ball Breakdown.